On the 7th of July, 1941, the first battery went into action and showered its lethal projectiles onto an incoming formation of German troops near the river Bresnia. The German soldiers panicked as a deluge of high explosives rained on them, and the steel fragmentation from the rockets added to the injuries and confusion. The screaming sound made by these rockets was enough to demoralize battle-hardened and new recruits alike. Now, there's only one thing I could be talking about now, and you're seeing it right in front of you. That is the Katyusha rocket system. Now, War Thunder, as a lot of you may know, just added the Katyusha rocket system on May 8th in their Victory Day update. I'm going to go into more detail about this after this video, so tune in. Now, my first impressions over the Katyusha, it is a nice addition to the historical game that War Thunder is. But it's more of like something that you would like hang on the wall and just kind of look at and not really use it, because on my experience at least, in these 15 battles I've played, picked up my best moments. This is what you're watching here in front of you. I found it really hard to use because of its overall being like a rocket and not a shell. Again, I'm going to go into more detail at the end, but that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. Now, initially, because the Katyushas were marked with the little K for Vorozkomentrine Factory, that's a lot of these things are in Russian, and I'm sorry if you're Russian, I'm totally going to botch your language. The Red Army troops adopted a nickname from Mikhail, some guy's last name. So this guy, Michael, I guess, wrote a popular wartime song called Katyusha, and it's about a girl longing for her absent beloved who has gone away for military service. And Katyusha is the Russian equivalent for Katie, and enduring a diminutive from the name Catherine. German troops, on the other hand, coined the nickname Stalin's organ after the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. This is because the visual resemblance of the launch array to a church organ, like the rails and the long tubes, I guess, and also the sound the rocket make, the howling wind, the howling sound, which terrified the German troops, which also added a kind of psychological warfare as also being a deadly weapon of war. Now, a few facts about the Katyusha. The weapon is less accurate than conventional artillery guns, but is extremely effective in carpet bombing, and was particularly feared by the German soldiers because of this. It's a fact that a battery of 4 BM-13 launchers could fire a salvo in 7 to 10 seconds that delivered 4.35 tons of high explosives over a 400,000 square meter impact zone. That's huge. That's like levels of, you know, jet flying over dropping a napalm. That's huge levels of carpet bombing. The Allies developed carpet bombing to bomb Germany. They just dropped a bunch of bombs in a line, but the Russians were doing this with like trucks with rockets on them in Stalingrad. This is making the Katyusha's power roughly equivalent to 72 conventional artillery guns. They're meaning, this is my Wikipedia source, totally trustworthy. They're meaning 72 conventional artillery guns today. Not World War II conventional artillery guns. Conventional artillery guns today. That's why the word conventional is in there. With an efficient crew, the launchers could redeploy in a new location immediately after firing, denying the enemy an opportunity for a counter battery fire. So basically what the Katyusha was great at, it was kind of like a shock. It was like, you know, it's like a lightning kind of like the Germans, the kind of Russians copied the whole blitzkrieg thing. Basically what they did, they rolled in here with their like pickup trucks, rolled up in there when with all their missiles, rolled out and just got out of there, reloaded their rockets, which took a long time because They're heavy, full of vodka. You know, you gotta put explosives in those things, and it just naturally had a low fire rate because of that. But it compensated for the mass amount of damage, and plus you weren't rolling around in one of these. When like these things were rolling around, you were rolling around in like a division of them, like 10s, 20s, I don't know, 100s. I don't know how the Red Army operated back then, but that's basically all the facts linked up on the Katyusha. Now, after this, I'm going to go into more detail about the Katyusha and War Thunder, the armor values, and more details about how I think you should play it for maximum funness. Alright, let's start off with the basically way I think you should use it in game. Now, as you see here, by firing at the test range, no depression. Absolutely no depression. I think it's actually, like, it's impossible depression. Now, the way you use this, SMC, I'm backing up, basically what I learned how to do is that if there's, like, a hill behind you, or, like, as you saw in the last amount of gameplay, here, I'll bring it up again. Alright, as you're seeing here, what I did on this map, you see this kind of natural, this hill here blocking it. What I did, I positioned it in the way that I'd have to raise the, you know, the rocket system, so it'd give me the area where if the enemy was below me, I could lower it, and if I needed to go higher, I would raise the rocket array higher. Now going back to the test drive, what I suggest you doing is, if this is my way of how I'd play it. You could play it as ever you want to play it, but my way of playing it, I'd try and stay behind the team. I wouldn't rush up with them because you have literally 1 millimeter of structural steel, and that little plate on the front of your driver's hatch is only 4 millimeters. You know, everything can go through it. You're basically in a truck. That's how I think about it. Your rockets have 39 millimeters pen all the way around, so you can pen those light vehicles. But as you see with this Panther D here, what it eventually does is that it explodes and the shrapnels into the top part of the tank. As you see there, hits the ammo. I think this one does it. No, right. But what it does is that for higher tier, because that's a 5.7, I haven't played in higher tier. I've only played at BR of 3.7, and it works good at that BR. Now, that's basically my tactics on how I'd play the tank truck, basically. I really don't see why the War Thunder added this in. It's really fun, don't get me wrong, it's really fun. But I feel like it's really a 3.7 BM8. This is my honest opinion. I love it. Okay, this is like a messing around tank, right? I love it. I love to play it. I'm not dissing it. I think War Thunder is a great game. They're doing a great job adding all this stuff. But I really feel like, in all honesty, this is the BM8 with beefed up rockets, less mobility, same amount of crew, less armor. The BM8 actually had like a decent armor for its battle rating. This truck is more of like a meme. I would not play it alone like I did. I would play it in at least a squad, because that's how War Thunder goes. You always got to be in a squad, right? You want to have a buddy with this. And what I'm imagining right now, and I'm imagining War Thunder's going to say this too, is that what you would want to have is that you would want to have this and like a heavy tank friend or someone that could take hits. They go in front of you, they take the hits, and they roll back, and you just unleash those Katyushas on that guy. These rockets, don't get me wrong, are deadly. Just look at them. They are deadly. 39 millimeters of pen. They are basically vodka-filled death machines. Now, thank you for watching this video by the Smugglers. I know it was a short one, but, you know, I just wanted to get this over and done with, because the Katyusha's awesome. expect more videos like these. I really like kind of making videos like these where I just record, don't have to worry about, you know, my microphone not working while I'm recording, because I could just overplay it like this. I'm planning on doing a M4 Sherman tank like this Katyusha soon, so make sure you like and subscribe to the Smugglers for more videos like this. The links of the Wikipedia page I visited, this other webpage I visited for information on the Katyusha will be in the description. The epic violin solo this guy played for the Katyusha song, I'm going to leave that in the description. Thumbs up to that guy, he did a great job. And on behalf of the Smugglers, I wish everyone out there a great day.